All right, good morning. On behalf of County Executive Leggett and County Executive Baker, I thank you all for being here, and I also wish to thank the members of my county's legislative delegation and county council who are here today in support of our school system, as well as our school superintendent and board members. This is truly a united effort. This is also a historic effort because for the first time in recent history, Baltimore County, Montgomery County, and Prince George's County, or the Big Three, as we like to refer our united counties, are working together on an issue that is critical to each of our respective counties: school renovation and construction funding. In many ways, the needs of each of our communities are remarkably similar, and our success is crucial to the success of public schools in this state. We know that thanks in great part to the commitment of our state's leaders, Maryland consistently ranks near the top of the nation when it comes to the quality of education. However, in order to maintain that momentum for the state, the Big Three must also be able to maintain the needs of our local school infrastructure. Given the sheer numbers of students attending public schools in the Big Three, it is impossible for the state to continue its success without a robust construction effort in Baltimore County, Montgomery County, and Prince George's County. Here are the facts. The Big Three make up 46% of the state's population. The Big Three comprises 44% of the state's public school enrollment. The Big Three's enrollment will increase by more than 22,000 students over the next 7 years, which also represents 44% of the state's increase in projected enrollment. The Big Three are also home to 46% of the state's farm students, those students on free and reduced meals, which is a total of 172,419 students. Finally, the Big Three will face significant capital investment needs should the state move forward with mandatory pre-K programs. The Big Three have also committed consistently strong support for school renovation and construction projects using local funds, not only meeting the mandatory state 1-to-1 ratio match, but also contributing more than twice that amount with county tax dollars. For example, over the past 3 years, Baltimore County has funded or planned funding for 10 new schools and 6 renovated schools at a cost of $600 million, using 2/3 county money, 1/3 state funds. And during that same time, the percentage of schools in Baltimore County without air conditioning has been reduced from 52% to 22%. However, even with that historic commitment, we have much work left to do. Like Montgomery County and Prince George's County, Baltimore County grew as a suburb in the 50s and 60s, and much of our infrastructure dates back to that century. I've often remarked that when I took office 3 years ago, 80% of our schools were more than 40 years old. So in preparing for today's press conference, I wanted to update that statistic in light of our record investment over the last 3 years, assuming that percentage would certainly have been reduced from 80%. And much to my surprise, that number is now up to 83%. So evidently, a number of our schools recently celebrated their 40th birthday. Now, obviously, our maintenance needs will continue to grow, as will our need for additional seats. Over the next 7 years, Baltimore County's student population enrollment will increase almost 10% to nearly 113,000 students, an increase of more than 8,000 seats. I know that the needs of Montgomery County and Prince George's County are equally compelling for the same reasons: increased enrollment and aging infrastructure, more so than any 3 counties combined in the state. Working with not only Baltimore County's delegation, but also that of Montgomery County and Prince George's County, I can assure you that we are all committed to devising a legislative formula that will ensure that students and teachers in all 3 counties have the quality school facilities to enable our children to compete in today's global economy. Now it is my pleasure to introduce my good friend and Big 3 partner, Montgomery County Executive Ike Leggett.
Thank you, Kevin, and thanks also for all of you for your attendance here today. I also want to thank the delegation from Montgomery County for their tireless work over the years, not only to fight for education funding, but for the many things that I think help to make our county and our state a great place in which to live and to work. Montgomery County is not shy about our support for education. It is our #1 priority, our #2 priority, and our 3rd priority. We fight and believe that education is something that is a priority for our community. However, when you see the unprecedented growth that has been experienced in Montgomery County over the last 4 or 5 years, it is a growth that we alone cannot resolve in Montgomery County. We're growing at the rate of 2,000 students per year, and that projection is not likely to cease anytime soon. That's equivalent to a high school each and every year. Now you combine that with the ongoing maintenance challenges that we face, it means that we have a very, very difficult challenge. We owe it to our students, to our parents, and to our community to respond in a positive fashion, and to do so recognizing the commitment of our local community as well as our state to respond to this real challenge today. We cannot wait when we have unusually high numbers of students in portables. We cannot wait to hear the challenges and problems we see with roofs that are leaking, bathrooms that are not adequate. We need to respond to this challenge today. And I believe that when you look at the real challenges we face and the information that is provided, there is a compelling case in Montgomery, Prince George's County, in Baltimore County, and really in many other places throughout the state of Maryland. We're here today to urge our legislators to understand the challenges we face and respond in a way that is creative, recognizing there is a need for a partnership, that we want to be partners, and we think that we can have a solution that is workable for our 3 communities as well as the rest of the state. I want to thank you again for your work. I want to acknowledge the presence and the support of all of the delegations that's here, or who are here, but I especially want to now acknowledge the presence of County Executive from Prince George's County, Rashawn Baker. Rashawn?
Thank you. I too want to thank my Big 3 partners, County Executive Kevin Kamenetz and County Executive Isaiah Leggett. I am pleased to be here with our delegation. I know our delegation chair, Jolene Ivey, and many of our delegates are here. I know Senator Mike Miller is here, and I'm pleased to have our new CEO of our schools, Kevin Maxwell, here, and the chair of our school board, Segun Eubanks. That tells you how important this issue is to all of us. As you heard from the 2 other county executives, they have growing populations in those counties and in their schools. So the need to expand and build more schools is critical to Montgomery County and Baltimore County. Prince George's County likewise. We see that our enrollments, after it had been down for a while, is now starting to turn the corner. We like to believe it's the arrival of the new CEO, Kevin Maxwell. I think he likes to believe that also. Certainly, we think we have to build more schools. But one of the things that I do as county executive is I visit 1 school a week. I made a commitment as county executive that I was going to actually get into classrooms. And in those visits, as well as talking to teachers and principals and parents, is looking at the conditions or the aesthetics of these buildings. Many of these buildings are over 30 to 50 years old. We have one of the largest collection of schools that need renovation. It's something that I hear every time I walk into a school. Every time I'm sure Dr. Maxwell or Dr. Eubanks walk into a room or to a school, they hear we need a new school. Well, the county is willing, I think that's the thing that County Executive Kamenetz said, is we're willing to put our money up there. But we need the state to step up with us. We need to do a building program. A couple of weeks ago, I announced that Prince George's County saw one of the largest reductions in crimes the county has experienced in over 30 years for the second year in a row. Many of that work is due to our Transforming Neighborhoods initiative. And we do in those 6 areas inside our Beltway, 6 of the most challenging areas in Prince George's County. And when you know it, that's where we have some of our oldest schools. That's where the greatest need. So here we are providing quality of life issues, but one of the basic things that we can't provide is a new building, an adequate building, a building that inspires students to learn. That's what we're asking. We know it's a tough budget year. The 3 of us are going through tough budget times, so we know it. But we also know if we're going to grow and expand and continue to see education in Maryland and our jurisdictions move up, we need to provide not only quality teachers, quality principals, quality workers throughout, quality bus drivers, but also quality facilities for those students. And that's what we're asking today. So I want to thank our delegation. I want to thank my colleagues for willing to step up and ask the legislature to say, help us out. And we think with 46% of the education population from these 3 jurisdictions, this is a critical time for us. Thank you. And we will open it up for questions.
How much money are you asking for?
How much money are we asking? Kevin?
We are, we're very careful right now to express what the need is, and we intend to work over the next few weeks with the respective delegations of Baltimore County, Montgomery County, and Prince George's County to devise some possible solutions. Obviously, a lot of it is dependent upon what resources are available from the state.
Yeah, I would say the important part is we're willing to put in county resources to build these facilities also. So we're not simply asking the legislature to build the schools for us. We're willing to devise something where the county is putting in a significant amount of money also. I don't know if you want to add.
I simply want to add that we have in the past provided a great deal from the local communities, and we're willing to continue to do that. We would hope that we find a creative solution that will be in balance for all 3 jurisdictions, as well as for the members of the General Assembly to pay as well.
Anything else?
I thought somebody said that you all have a solution. Is there some general outline of a change in the customary funding relationship that you want? You want something like Baltimore City?
We're not here. Obviously, we think that the city has made a case based on their needs. What we're doing is making a case on the needs of the big 3 counties, who comprise 46% of the state school population. And our message really is, if the students do well in the big 3, then the reputation of the entire state will rise. And we think that's a worthwhile investment. In terms of the actual formula, that's something we're going to continue to work on.
Let me also add that I was very supportive, and many here were very supportive of the solution for Baltimore City last year. We're simply trying to explain the challenge that we face today and to seek creative solutions in order to move us forward. We will come back at a respectful period of time and lay out some ideas and suggestions as to how we think that can be accomplished.
Any other questions?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good job, Kevin. Thank you.